Not the only one with no sound. I had forgotten to unmute the sound. I'm terribly sorry. I'm bad at streaming for people.
This is why he's a terrible person and nobody loves him.
I mean, that's a reason. My nose was running really bad this morning, so I like on again, off again was blowing my nose like mad. So I was muting so people didn't have to listen to my nose blowing, and at one point I forgot to unmute it. And then apparently I forgot to unmute it because I shut everything off between streams. You know, in case I decide to do some unspeakable things to my Johnson, I want to make sure that there's nobody around to accidentally see anything.
Yes, please do not accidentally stream whatever pornography.
Taking your pants off in the middle of a D&D session?
Who did that?
I'll do my best not to do that.
Because I sure did.
It was fine.
I mean,
He liked it.
not really. That's incest. Of course, there's probably a thing for that.
Probably.
That's probably a Reddit channel. Brotherswholovebrothers.com.
Brothersonly.com. The farmers only?
You know, a lot of the farmers only stuff, they have a new ad. You don't have to only be a farmer. You could also just be someone who loves farming, according to their new ad. Oh my goodness, someone turned into a robot.
No.
Try that one more time, Ben.
Technically, I'm allowed to go on that website.
Because you like farming?
Well, no, but I think.
Oh boy.
Is growing on it.
Definitely robot again.
I think we should have him checked for robotic parts.
I think so too. Did you check that same way as you check for a Kueka?
Yes.
Okay. Not it. So, for anyone who may be interested in today's family drama, Seth, I don't know, one of my stepbrothers, got in a work-related accident today, and I'm assuming an oil tank exploded in his face.
Ooh.
And at one point it was reported that he had second-degree burns over 25 to 30% of his body.
That's a serious condition.
And then they rushed him to a different hospital, a slightly bigger one that actually had like a real burn center. And they're like, yeah, this is closer to 5 to 10% of his body. Mostly hands and a little spot on his back. But he's in high spirits and he seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, really, any burns to the hands is really bad. Like any third-degree burn to the hands is considered serious.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not great, but when we were thinking the worst, because they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, by comparison, he might as well be on a beach in Tahiti.
The magical place.
It's a magical place. So, I mean, he was Darkman for the first couple reports, and now he's a little bit better shape than that. Now apparently he's African American, according to the nurse. The nurse literally asked him because he's so charred. So. Anyhow.
Speaking of things, have you ever listened to somebody and they're talking, like over the phone, and you can tell what race they are? Oh, good.
I mean, you can make assumptions. Anyway, Peck, your sweet new DDO computer. Well, I'm trying to say, that psychologically people tend to create a face based off of the voice that they hear, and then they make inferences based off of that imagined face. Sweet.
There is that. I envision different things for Lessa.
Lessig is a really good voice.
Yeah, she does.
I've actually met Lessa. She's a nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
I think we went to food.
We did. Met the Brits too. Not at all what I expected. I expected Aldrich to be about 5'9". If that.
Well, he's 5'9" in British, which means like 6'5".
Oh, I don't know what
I'm
that
pretty sure he's taller than that. I'm pretty sure he's like 10'2".
Syrian cubits, maybe?
I don't know. I just
There are no cubits so that we can throw damn animals on the yard.
I had a different mental image for Grim also. But I don't know. She's great. They're all great. They're good people. But yeah, like when I went to go work at the radio station, I had completely different voices or different pictures for all the different radio guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
Radio
like,
people like...
yeah, exactly. I was like, holy shit, you're not who I thought you were.
Like Jerry? Like, that was... I don't know what to expect out of Jerry, so it wasn't that much of a shock.
I figured Jerry's probably, like, he's probably the closest, but I think I had seen a picture of him somewhere. But, like, Rich Alexander, the morning DJ, or radio talk guy here, for the radio station that I like the most, he, I really pictured, like, a Victor type looking guy. So kind of like short hair with, like, exaggerated features, kind of gangly. And this guy was like a balding but massive beard, like a bigger dude. Am I looking to reincarnate again? Yes. I will be reincarnating probably the middle of this week. Would be my assumption. Probably Wednesday. I'm not sure into what yet. So people are welcome to send me ideas for builds.
So are you doing the race, or are you doing the class?
I am probably going to continue doing classes. At some point I figure I'll take a class break and do some race stuff. I am a classist. Like, I'm kind of inclined to do a Sork this life. But I'm not 100%. I've got a lot of things. So, we can go over the lives that I still need in a minute. But I think I still need a Sork life. I know I need at least one more favorite soul life and at least one more cleric life. Alright. Let's pull this feat chain up here. Pull that up while we're running through the dungeon. I need one more barbarian life, 2 more bard lives, 1 more cleric life, 1 more druid life, 1 more favorite soul life, 2 more fighter lives, 1 more paladin life, 2 more rogue lives. Oh, I guess I do already have the sorcerer done. I thought I was 1 sorcerer life short. Well, that changes things.
Well, then what?
That's it. Those are what I got left. So, looking into making a. 1 second. Looking to make a favorite soul since I have to start again on that server since I switched accounts. Okay. Well, you're welcome to join me. Of course, all you have to do is join the appropriate chat room, and you're welcome to tag along as much as you can / want. CTHLIVE is the chat room. So, I said it'll probably be sometime this week, I would assume. So if you just appear at level 3 or wherever it's convenient, and then, you know, as long as you're level appropriate or under, to be honest, you're welcome to come along. All right, T. What was your question?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I say favorite soul, but that might be too much like what you're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, I could do a favorite soul. I was kind of thinking about doing, like, I wanted to look into maximizing the Dragonborn some more, which is part of the reason I was looking at Sork. Like, there are a lot of things to really like about this race. Like, way more than I kind of thought. So, I don't know if you noticed, but it has a racial leap.
Did you fire a breath weapon on your butt? That is too bad. Is that time or charges or what?
It's time. Cooldown, just
Time?
whenever.
How long? Long time?
15 whole seconds.
Really?
Yep.
Damn. That's real strong.
And then the breath weapon is 25 whole seconds, and it's not quite as good as like the Sork. What's the Sork PRE thingy? Or not PRE, the Epic Life thing.
Oh.
Whatever the
Yeah.
Dragon Man thing is. It's not quite that strong, but it's pretty strong.
I think it's just dragon breath.
Well, it is a Dragon Breath, but I can't remember what school it's in.
You're talking the Draconic Incarnation?
Yeah, that one. Thank you.
Yeah.
I said it's not quite that strong, but it's very good. But the other thing that you get is you get like a lot of pluses to spell penetration for like relatively low cost.
Okay, so that could be good.
And you also can get
That's still a problem in a few places.
like +3 to your evocation DCs for relatively low cost.
And that could be good.
So I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe I'll try to do a DC based Sork. But if I already have those lives, then it's not necessary.
And now that you have a lies, it'll work.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy this build so far. I think it would be very difficult to do this similar kind of thing as a favorite soul, because you are basically playing an int-based cleric, but with favorite souls you have 2 important stats. So I don't know how feasible that will be. I kind of wouldn't mind doing another stealth-based rogue again. That would actually be very good, because I was able to do a little bit of that with the barbarian past life, and some of the stuff, the quests are just, if you can stealth through a quest.
Like an all stealth challenge, or just like have it as a tool?
Well, I was just using it as a tool, but like, one of the things that I was able to do, for example, was it took about 4 minutes to run through like the anniversary challenge, because I could just stealth through everything, as opposed to like the times I ran through it with you and we killed everything. It took much longer.
Which one?
Remember the anniversary challenge? We only did it a couple of times.
Vaguely.
Like we had to go and kill Cordovan and some of the other devs. Like we just did it enough times for you to get the outfit or something, I think.
It could be. I don't think we got any items.
But yeah, I mean, I said I found that it just took so much less time to just stealth through. And the way invisibility basically doesn't work anymore, it's easier, I think, in the long run. Obviously, for people at the what's the little singer that wears elf ears? Adriana Lama or something like that? That's not right.
What?
There's a little singer girl. I mean, she's not a girl, she's a woman. It's like Ariana Grande, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a person?
Yes.
Apparently there was a massive explosion at one of her concerts.
Ooh.
19 to 20 people confirmed dead.
Oh.
Hundreds injured. They're not sure what the cause was. This is in Manchester, so I noticed that that news broke a little bit before coming on stream, and I know that we're moderately popular in England, so let your parents know you're alive.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's just confirmed too. I mean, it could be worse. And again, they don't know what it is, what the problem is. It could have been a gas issue, or it could be some people yelling Allahu Akbar. It could have been like, I know they have a really crazy election going on right now. Like, it could be anything. So don't panic, and let loved ones know that you're okay if you're fine.
Yeah, just looking, I don't see anything that has anything definitive yet either.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're talking, this is literally less than an hour old news.
The memes about it, though.
There's what?
The memes are all old, though.
Yes, memes are old. Like, if news traveled as quick as memes, I would be the master news guy.
By the time a meme has been created, it's already like 5 hours too old.
It's probably being generous, but yes, somewhere in that ballpark. Oh no, I actually considered making counter memes to deal with other people's memes. But you have to be able to spell, and as you said, it would take me too long to probably figure out how to get all the words spelled.
Whatever happened to the program you had for that?
It's fine, it's still there. I still have to make sure the words are spelled right.
How did you write a program that fixed your spelling?
There's a program that does voice to text.
Oh, nice.
It's just a web application.
There's a thing called Dragon Speak that was really popular with one of my doctors.
I used to use Dragon.
I want to say he had like 50 eggs worth of his voice recorded on a computer because he used it so often with writing his medical notes.
Yeah, I said I used to use Dragon Naturally Speaking, but this browser insert is just almost as good. But honestly, like, when I started streaming every single day, I just didn't have time to have content that was not the stream content. Maybe now if I could get in a good flow, I could figure out a way to do both, but it's part of the reason I'm looking for writers for SamusGrobo.com right now. And allegedly I have a couple, but they've yet to submit an article. So apparently there's a lot of half written articles out there. For me, allegedly.
Can we go back in time to buy some bitcoins?
Kinda, actually. I'm bad at writing too, but I'm an excellent storyteller. That's where Tobrell was going on about the why the other program is so easy. It didn't do punctuation and stuff like that, so you had to go back through and check for punctuation and stuff like that. But just physically putting the words down in order was a big help for me.
The difference was very noticeable.
Again, the problem is that I have two different vocabularies, right? I have a spoken vocabulary, and then I have a written vocabulary of words I can actually spell. Or words I can get close enough to spell check and figure out what the hell I'm talking about. You laugh, but it's true, and it's I don't know how to fix it. Like, I've tried lots of things, but I just cannot sound words out.
You can spell all of 5 words.
Well, if you can, like, the tech is there. I mean, it's less of a deal now.
It's true. I said
If
if
you
I
can read them, I know you can.
yes,
You can.
that's just it. I can read words just fine, but I can't sound them out. Which makes no sense to me.
Oh no, the gym is closed on Memorial Day. What am I gonna do? And Saturday.
Oh, I thought you were like Captain Runner.
Well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. That blows.
Was it Harrison Ford in Running Man? I think so. I feel like that's true. I think you should do your best Harrison Ford impression. Oh, so many gargoyles to kill. I feel like we should be talking about something useful and or important.
About why the only morally permissible attack you have is your breath weapon?
Well, that's fine. My alignment is chaotic suck a dick. So I'll continue to use my rune arm and my
Fail here in a little bit.
and my pew pew. Well, if your lady friend arrives, tell her I said, hey, hey, hey. You gotta say just like that too, otherwise it doesn't count.
Just like that? Okay. I'm just sipping on my own cuts tonight. I don't live here.
So Samius says, hey, hey, hey. You can't be friends with him anymore. Then we'll see where your loyalties lie.
How good a BJ can you give?
Well, I hear good.
Ben, can you confirm?
I hear I'm the best at what I do.
Okay then.
I mean, I've never tried on a man, but how much harder can it be? Hey, thanks for the cheers, mate. I appreciate it. What do you think of the new little GIF? Yeah. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Oh, here we go. Catch you in a bit.
Have a good one.
Alright.
Bye.
Oh, he didn't leave. I hope she can't hear all the inappropriate things that I'll probably say. Good, I'm glad. let's see. Donation log. Make sure that does that show up? It does not show up in the donation log. Ugh. Alright, Peck, thank you very much for the generous cheers. I appreciate it. Another... Let's see, how many cheers do we even have? Yeah, I don't know. The cheer stuff is still new enough to me. I don't actually know how it all works that closely. But thank you. Appreciate it.
Right, go. Freaking. What?
So what do you guys want to talk about? Anybody have a topic? Throw it out there. Ben and I, between the two of us, Ben and I will have some sort of stupid opinion about it, I'm sure.
Oh, probably.
If no one has anything, I can go to the conversation starters. Pew. Is there anything else exciting going on in Newsland?
This is fun.
I guess a CBS writer made a joke about the Manchester attack, and so he'll probably be fired tomorrow. But he was destroyed on Twitter. I'm curious what it was that he said now. Oh. So he says, the last time I listened to Ariana Grande, I almost died too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, people are tearing into this guy pretty justly, I think. I'm not sure when exactly in this age of social media you're allowed to make a joke about a tragedy, but I'm pretty sure it's not why it's happening. Does that seem like a little quick to you, Ben?
What seems quick?
Joking about a tragedy, why it's happening?
You shouldn't joke about tragedies at all. Really? I mean, there's a way to do it, but...
I mean, I think eventually...
It's in bad taste, and if you're a newscaster, you definitely shouldn't joke about it.
I would agree on those points, but I think eventually you can make jokes.
Like, you and I could probably joke about it a little bit, but...
Well, not now. Like, again, it's still live. Like, I wouldn't joke about anything now. But, like... Like, those little memes or whatever that George Bush did 9/11. They're like, roses are red, violets are blue, jet fuel can't build melt steel girders or something. Whatever that is, like... I'll admit, sometimes they make me giggle. Because they're cute. And then I make a parody one. I like blames somebody other than George Bush. But, I mean, I think eventually you should be able to make jokes about things to kind of show that you've gotten over them, right? Maybe not gotten over them, like they're out of your mind or whatever, but I mean, they're no longer painful. But you want to keep them relevant. Am I wrong? I don't think so.
Yeah, there's...
But you gotta keep it, you gotta make sure it's in good taste. You know, you can't be like, oh yeah, I almost died too at X, you know, whatever. Like, no, that's not funny. What do we got? Prey on the Hunter. What is the other quest for this? Palace of Stone. I can't think of what that one is. Jerk the... I don't think that's part of it. Alright, we did Lord of... Oh, we didn't do Lord of Ice. We did Lord of Stone. We did Sane Asylum. Lord of Eyes is the capstone. It's like Acute Delirium, the thing. Alright, well, we're done. We're done with this chain then. As much fun as it would be to solo the Shroud, I don't think that's something I'm going to mess with. Okay, so let's go to the Cyber Atoll. Cyber Atoll. Spoosh. Work. So producers are shopping around for Last Man Standing. I really hope that
bring the show back. Like, one, I don't know why it was canceled. And two...
Well, it was pretty easy to know why it was canceled. I mean, Tim Allen was getting very political with his public speaking. So, you can't... The big corporate networks, I don't think you can do that. I think that is the main reason. I mean, they had an excuse. Did you read the excuse that ABC put out? They said they...
probably because someone's offended.
No, they said that they were no longer doing comedies on Friday nights. So they just canceled it. I mean, it didn't matter that it was their best comedy. Like, their ratings right now are Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Last Man Standing. Like, were their two big shows. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not a boycotter person. I've never really been a boycotter person. But, if it wasn't for ABC having a lock on Marvel, because they're owned by Disney, I would have swore them off for that. Did this not get... Oh, it did get switched. Okay. Of course, to do that effectively, you have to like disconnect your satellite and cable box, because all the major networks get a stipend for just having your cable turned on. So do like the major news channels, which I didn't even know until a few months ago.
Yeah, I knew that's vaguely how they operated. Just by buying cable, it automatically goes to pay them. You know, that's why you can't choose whatever channels you want. You have to buy packages.
Right.
I knew, like, vaguely knew it works somehow like that. Otherwise, how the hell would they get money?
Well, I mean, theoretically, advertisers, right, by putting out good content. But we can't have that, because that would be the free market.
I just, like, okay, so commercials. Who's talking about commercials? I think too common. To get a commercial, you know, do it today. Like a TV show, and it gets interrupted to do a commercial. So you're watching, you know, 5-6 minutes of show and you get 2-3 minutes of commercials. When instead, you watch the whole TV show. And then, you know, while you're waiting for your next show to come on, you can like get a bag and listen to the commercials which are on. If you're interested, you can watch them. Then you have to go on the other half hour or the hour block. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, I think
What I think is the commercial split that actually lead to an increase in attention disorders.
I mean, it's possible. So for those of you who couldn't understand Ben, because his microphone, either his microphone or his internet connection, it is going back and forth here. So Ben basically poses. Was it European that they do that, where they leave the commercials for the top and the bottom of the hour?
Well, the British do that for political during political season. I don't know if they do that for regular TV.
Okay. So, Ben puts out there that it gives you an opportunity with the commercial breaks at the top or the bottom of the hour or whatever, that, you know, if the commercials are interesting and hold your attention, then you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, you can get up and move around and do stuff. I think that's exactly the reason why they don't do them like that here. Because they charge such a premium price for commercial time, depending on how well the show's doing. For example, the Republican presidential debates were some of the highest rated TV shows of last season.
That was scary for a lot of people.
Well, whatever. I'm gonna set that part aside. It's just they charged a high amount of money because they were getting such insanely good ratings. Like they made a ton of money off of the commercial sales, and they didn't even have that many commercial breaks compared to other things. And it's just a matter of, you know, if the show does well, people will sit through commercials, or they'll record it and bleep through the commercials. That's why, like, the first commercial of a thing usually gets higher ratings. That's why.
Like a show opening where it does like the opening credits and whatnot, then you can play the commercials, and then have the TV show go. You know, it's just breaking up your show into commercial chunks every 5-6 minutes. I think it leads to attention deficit disorders.
I mean, it might. I don't know. There could probably be some studies on something like that. But I know that a lot of the shows they're obviously designed around taking advantage of that timing. For like cliffhangers or dramatic pauses and stuff like that.
Or like, yeah, reality TV shows will do the dramatic pauses, or like game shows.
Well, not just those things, but like even scripted shows. They all... Well, I guess haggle is the wrong option today. They all take advantage of it. And I don't know how much of that's like necessity because everyone knows there's these pauses, and how much of it is also like taken advantage of. Like, I'm sure there's some of A and some of B, right?
Yeah, because some people watch either Hulu or Netflix and they just pay for commercial free.
Sure. Like, if you want to watch a show currently... Why is this on? I have no idea. If you want to watch a show currently on, you either have to TiVo it or record it or whatever the magic word is, buffer it in some way, or you don't get to watch it current. And
Are there like smart TVs that can do commercial skip?
well, and those are usually because there's some sort of buffering. Good morning, Jules. You have a gift for your wife, your lady friend. You got your gift done?
Oh, yeah, compliment here from Ten Spot. The hairless monkey, the dot that appears over the letter I is called a little...
Woo!
a tittle. That's actually interesting.
Sometimes he's got useful and relevant information. Santa Spot's not all dick and fart jokes. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate it. So I added a couple of notification flags for Cheers. So you got one of the other ones. It's not the right sound that's supposed to go with it, though. And I'm not sure why the sound did not play. So give me a second and I'll see if I can get it to repeat with the correct sound.
Well, he's working on the repeat, a little slice of knowledge for like all 3 people in the world who care. You know, when people say I do not care 1 iota, well, there's a reason for that. And an iota is actually not a measurement. It's actually the Greek letter I, iota, and it's made by making a single stroke. So when you don't care 1 single iota, you don't care the singlest, littlest, tiniest stroke of a pen.
You like that sound? Okay.
He does. Look at that.
Because I also have this sound that I was going to play.
I'll tell you when you can come. No one tells me when to come. I'm a monster. I surprise.
So that was the sound that I was going to play. I don't know if everyone else was able to hear that. I think so.
I have you muted so I don't double hear you, because that would be really weird. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Basically, there's a quote from the Powerpuff Girls where Buttercup says, I think it's Buttercup. Someone tells Buttercup to come, and she says, "Nobody tells me when to come. I'm a monster. I'm surprised." Alright, I think it's changed.
I'll tell you when you can come. No one tells me when to come. I'm a monster.
Okay, change it please. That sounds like my mom. To my dad. Not kidding. Well then.
I'm just saying, that was the noise, or the sound that I had picked out for that particular animation. I thought it made a lot of sense for the... Damn it. I either got something in my eye, or the fan is hitting my eyeball wrong, or a combination of both. Alright, let's hit this button. Alright, deal with some methods here. Alright, shoot him. Shoot him, Becca! Shoot him! Alright, well I think it's changed, so hopefully everyone's content. Well, I mean, not everything on this channel's lewd. Sometimes we give useful and meaningful advice, like iota. Like, okay, maybe that's not as much useful, but we give other things.
Hey, if you go on to some trivia show and you get it right, and you win the $1,000 prize, just look up at the sky and say thanks.
Okay.
I won't hear you, but it'll make you a better person.
If you say so, if you say so. But anyway, Jules, thanks for swinging by, mate. Appreciate it. Especially appreciate a little cheer action. Man, I really wish I had some idea what the heck was going on with my eyeball. I don't know. Apparently, the Powerpuff Girls is an incredibly adult show.
Really?
Oh my gosh. So the secretary was like always sharpening the mayor's pencils. Like there's if you Google around, like there's easily a top 10 list that makes the show super dirty. Like super adult things that.
The Dirty Kid Show was Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy's also a very dirty show.
Like 10 names on Powerpuff Girls? Huh. Oh. So it's like, it's really subtle. Like, I didn't know it at the time watching it. But apparently Rocko's Modern Life, too.
There's a lot of those kind of things, yeah. Anyway, have a good night, Jules. Hopefully your call will work out well tomorrow.
Bye, Jules.
That was a waste. I guess we just jump back into
Yeah, basically all the shows that I watched as a kid are all like super dirty.
Yeah, I mean, also like shows that I didn't watch as a kid, but like I watched with Remington or whatever. And Aislinn, for example, like they were Powerpuff, or not Powerpuff. I mean, Aislinn was Powerpuff. But like Remington and Aislinn watched the Rugrats, and I mean, I just watched it with them. Whatever, who cares? Family time. But I guess the theory is about that show is like the kids are dead, and like there's these are all the lives that I don't know. Basically the moral of the story is all the kids are dead, and that's why they can't grow up and they can't do things. And why like the one dad was always in the basement making toys and a million other things. I was like, wow, that's deep. Then I just saw another one that they announced today. That was kind of similar. I'll have to go back in time and see if I can remember what that one was. Again, it was another show that I hadn't watched. But it was Max and Ruby, maybe? I think that was like the bunny show. And I guess like the idea behind the show was Max, who was the male bunny, his parents died in a car crash, which is why he was always, and he had some sort of head injury, which is why he was always like wandering off and doing crazy things, and why his big sister was always taking care of him. And like the reason why he was mute is because his grandmother molested him, and he was mute, but he had to live with his grandmother because nobody knew. Like, it's super dark. Like, and apparently this is what the writers like announced. This is like a young kid show. I'm like, really, we have to have all this. I don't know, I guess we do. It doesn't seem that hard to have a kid show. You just have to have some really perverted idea or really perverse idea, and then just like put smiley faces on it. So like we could have a young boy raised by cats join the resistance or the military. Like pretend that he's a soldier with his G.I. Joes and his cats.
What about G.I. Joes and cats?
Yeah, so like we have a show. We call it Duke's, right? Or Duke. And Duke's parents are not around. And instead he's raised by the talking cat and plastic G.I. Joes. And they go on adventures. And what you don't know is that Duke's mother and father like work all the time and hate each other, and therefore leave little Duke alone, all alone, with the Nintendo and the cats to be raised.
Probably.
Like I said, sad stories behind all these cartoons. But when kids watch it, they're just like, yay, Duke is going on an adventure with the cat. We need this key, right? Did it drop over there? Where's this damn key? Give me the key! Oh boy. You know what I'd like to see back? I'd like to see another remake of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. But they can't change Dungeon Master. They can change all the other characters.
Dungeon Master!
I love the Dungeon Master. That's exactly how my Dungeon Master is whenever he manifests.
He was such a troll.
No. He was trying to help them have fun in a world of Dungeons and Dragons.
A show that I want to see come back in a way that would be more modern would be like Captain N the Game Master.
Captain and the Game Master?
I
don't think I ever heard of that show. What was it about?
So Captain M, for the Nintendo Game Master.
Okay.
And he's basically sucked into Nintendo land, or video game land, and he has to save the princess. He meets Mega Man and Kid Icarus and Simon Belmont, and they go on adventures together.
Alright, I may actually have seen 1 or 2 episodes of this. Oh no, I also want to go ahead and rewatch Digimon. That cartoon seems sweet. Like I was rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh with Remington. I've seen parts of Yu-Gi-Oh, but not the whole thing. That's a surprisingly good show too.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Dragon Ball Z-esque, like, no good reason for this part of the story, you know? Like, just trying to build up dramatic tension. But a lot of the story's actually pretty good. And of course, there's like this weird, like history with the cards or whatever that I don't completely understand anymore. Like the cards have like semi-magical powers. I'm like, why there's only so many blue eyes, white dragon, I think is what, maybe it's, I don't know, something. There's only like so many of these cards. I'm like, why don't they just print more? Is it like Wizards of the Coast? You're not allowed to have reprints of these high dollar cards? It's because they're magical from before.
It is so painful to watch this anymore, but I watched it a couple of years once on YouTube.
Well, it's like when I was a kid, one of the shows that I really enjoyed was oh god, I had to look it up once, or look it up when I started watching it. Something in the Cities of Gold, I think is the name. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Somebody in the Lost Cities of Gold, maybe. It's like this little Aztec boy who finds a giant gold condor with his friends, and they like fly around the world trying to find these temples of gold so they can eventually make their way to the Lost City of Gold. It's actually a pretty fun little story, but it doesn't hold up. It's like super slow and really drawn out.
The thing about kids shows is sometimes you just have to let them sit in the past.
Well, that's just it, right? Mysterious Cities of Gold. That was the name of it. This is... Why are these guys not taking damages? Let's see.
From all over Europe, great ships sail west to
No,
conquer
DDO doesn't have a...
the Americas. The men eager to seek their fortune, to find new adventures in new lands. They long to cross uncharted seas and discover unknown countries, to find secret gold on a mountain trail high in the Andes. They dream of following the path of the setting sun that leads to El Dorado and the mysterious cities of gold.
Jeez. This kobold will not die. I don't know, it's kind of like Avatar-ish. Like, sort of. I don't know. Like three kids go on a journey around the world trying to find this mysterious city of gold, as opposed to like becoming the airbender. They get like this giant flying eagle instead of, or condor instead of a giant white I don't even know what that guy was called now. But yeah, I rewatched it recently. It or a bunch of it doesn't hold up like you would like. But yeah, I remember that being like one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. speaking of, I think DDO is definitely not a YouTube game. Roar. Well, darling, we made quite a few cheers tonight.
Cheers.
So cheers are Twitch's way of, like, you watch, as people watch ads, they get cheers. And when they cheer on their streamers, the streamers can turn those in for payouts in certain amounts. So I think I have to have like 1,000 cheers or something before I can turn them in. You can also buy cheers, I think, for like roughly a penny a cheer. And I'm not sure, but I think that once you have a cheer in your pile, you can also use those cheers if you would like to cheer for other streamers. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's, you know, people who are rocking the system can...
I had ad blocker turned on.
Yeah, I'm not real sure exactly how it all works. I also run an ad blocker. But I definitely think that it's a cool idea.
Hey, how do I shut it off?
Let's see, to get to here,
Oh, there we
to
go.
there.
Right.
Okay, there we go.
All I have to do is just watch.
Oh, I've never, like I said, I've done a little bit of ad watching, to build up cheers. I think it's got to be specifically ones for cheering. I'm not 100% on it. I just kind of know.
If you watch an ad, you get 5 bits, and each bit is a cheer. It looks like.
Yeah, something along those lines. I said I'd watched a couple while I was helping getting the wife's account set up, and I've never used them or anything, so I don't know too much about them. Like, if I was a better programmer, I would set up a bot to just like take her computers and just watch ads all day and then just cheer for me automatically. Which I know I could do with some things. There are some languages that interact with your browser in such a way that you can do that. But I've not done those things.
Well, thanks. I'm a 55-year-old woman.
Well, I mean, from your browser history, I would probably assume that too.
With no kids.
Well, that part's factual. Unless you got something you want to tell me.
I should try again later to get more bits. Let's see how this works. Oops.
Yay! Wow, that's a lot of cheers. See, and I thought you got some of those for being if your Amazon account was linked, I thought you got so many a month, but Tobrell says he did not.
Nah. So I basically watched 2 ads and I got 30 bits. I got 5 and then I got 25. I watched the same ad twice. And I can buy 25,000 bits if I want.
Yeah, like I said, I know that those are like roughly $1 per 100. I don't know if they're worth it, but
Or a discount.
all right, $100 million question: can this character kill this guy quickly enough? Oh, she's pulling my leg here. She's gonna get kicked.
All I did was straighten my leg. Fuck you.
Okay, well, it felt like you were pulling my
Nobody
leg here.
touched you.
Okay. Well, I take it back. I wasn't gonna kick you then.
Yeah, you were, you wife abuser.
My wife abuser. Domestic abuse hotline. Where did you go? Get back up here. Why are you running away? Alright, there's a big fire hit. Alright, everything nasty's up here, so we need to get down below. Where'd he go? Alright, quick and heal on. Are you immune to fire, or are you just fire resistant? You're immune to fire. Okay, that's good. I'm excellent at being on fire.
Oh.
Hey, Banth.
Hey!
Long time no here.
Yeah, I've been on less frequently, but more late.
Those are all things that can happen, I guess. So, I take it you were able to deduce the channel meant that we are currently live streaming. And that you were okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it if you're okay with it.
You know, I love having you on as part of the stream. You know that, you goofy butt. Alright, why am I still on fire?
You big goofy son of a gun.
That's right. Oh, jeez. I'm like permanently on fire here. Can I just dot this guy? Maybe get some moments not being on fire? That'd be really awesome. I would really love that. So what have you been up to? Are you still playing the Overwatchies?
Yeah. I stopped for a while and then I got sucked back into it because some people from work were playing.
That's often the trick, isn't it? You give up a game, not getting sucked back into it. Oh. What the percheesy. I'm having the worst time with the heals. Let's fire this thing off right here. Well, who's Mikkel? Is it Michael?
MBDO?
Yeah.
Probably.
I haven't seen him on it in ages. To send him a words later. So, have you gotten to go see the new Aliens movie yet?
I haven't. I've heard
mixed
I was gonna
things.
say Dustin was poo-poo in it. And then I saw an article today saying that Ridley Scott should no longer be allowed to make Aliens movies.
Wow.
You know,
That's
Prometheus had all these good things. Like, it could have been such a good movie. But there was these things just holding it back. Like, it just didn't go. And it sounds like maybe this one is that way too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm a big fan of the Aliens movies. Specifically Alien and Aliens. Alien 3 was good. Alien Resurrection was probably less good. And I wasn't a huge fan of Prometheus, but I understood he was trying to tell a story. Like, he wanted to finish the origin story, I think, for the aliens. The xenomorphs.
Yeah, it had some. There's some good ideas there. It could have been so cool, but so much of it was nonsensical.
Well, and I don't know, like...
I was reading about that the other day, actually.
And they're busy making, like he's trying to make a point also about business and how corporations are evil, and I'm like, wow, did your film corporation not put this movie together? Like,
Some of the stuff I read about Prometheus the other day made some sense, and if they would have explained some of that instead of not explaining it, I think it might have been more enjoyable.
If they
I don't know
explain it
if-
instead of not explaining it.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
I don't want
must
to
be
spoil things, though, for anybody that hasn't seen it, but...
well, I think I'm going to... I imagine there's a watch order out there somewhere. I think I'm going to try to re-watch it in the appropriate watch order. And see if I don't know. I also... like... the only reason why I think I like Alien is because I watched Aliens first, and I really liked Aliens. So I kind of grew to love the the characters and the world. But I don't think if I would have watched, because I'm not generally like a horror movie guy.
Not generally
Yeah,
I tend to get bored.
but I do enjoy, like, horror sci-fi mix, though, which is, I don't know how to categorize these, probably, like, Event Horizon is a really good movie.
Yeah, that one's fine. I mean, what's the one where the guy has to go in the underwater or the water suit to breathe, the liquid oxygen?
The
Like
Abyss?
The Abyss, yeah. Like, the Abyss is probably like the best one of those that I can think of.
That was a good movie. You know, I thought, like, Pandorum was okay.
Pandorum.
It had Dennis Quaid in it, and I can't remember who the other guy was.
You pretty much had me when Dennis Quaid.
I think it was Dennis Quaid.
I love Dennis Quaid.
He's a good guy.
He can have my babies. Not the other way around. But
What's he been up to lately?
he's got a couple of things. I saw him do something. But I don't remember what. Because he and Meg Ryan got divorced?
I did not know that they were married.
Yeah, they were married for a long time, I thought. And I remember thinking, oh wow, what has he got going on? I'm gonna Shrine in a second, so I'll IMDb. Shrine / say hello to my guildie. Oh no, I already used this shrine? No. I don't want to run all the way back to someplace else. Alright. Said I felt like I just saw him coming up with a new movie. I guess he's been doing a couple of TV series, American Crime Story, Fortitude, and he's got a couple of new movies coming out. Ken and I Can Only Imagine. I'm trying to think of the last thing I actually saw him in. Oh, maybe he was in Legion. Maybe that's where I'm thinking I saw him in, because I just watched that. No, not that. I literally just saw him in something that made me think about it.
I wish that Frequency show turned out to be better, because Frequency was a good movie that he was in.
Oh, uh-oh, you riled the wife's anger. We really like it.
That's a good show.
The show?
Yeah.
Didn't it get canceled?
No, not yet.
They haven't said anything yet.
I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
It was fun. The movie was good too.
There is a lot of similarities between the movie and the TV show, though, so the first season kind of rehashed a lot of those. So I can see some complaints, but they are different stories. But yeah, I liked it. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I mean, I'm mostly basing that off... I'm probably not being fair, because I'm mostly basing that off of stuff I'd read about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really liked it. But I also like, what's her name? Padrian something or other. Like, I've liked her in almost everything I've seen her in. The dad I thought was actually really great.
Yeah. Riley Smith is
I can't
good.
think of his name. I think that was the first thing I remember seeing him in.
His name is Riley Smith. He was on Nashville.
Riley Smith. The wife says he was on Nashville. So I
don't
felt
know
like
that
they did
one.
a really good job with the show, and like, because you would think, again, because the way the movie kind of works, right? Like, you know, spoiler alert, the dad in the movie dies, and then like talking to the kid, he like doesn't die. End of movie. Well, that also happens in the TV show, except it's not. It's a different. Instead of a firefighter, it's a police officer. Well, that ends up setting off a whole different chain of events that does completely different, like, a completely different series of events happens. And, like, they do all this awesome time travel stuff, like, all the time travel stuff you'd like other shows to do, not this, oh, time travel doesn't matter because the future's already, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like
that stuff's all out of the way,
affects
and,
everything.
like, I don't know, I really thought it was good. I can't recommend it enough.
It's a real good crime solving show. If you like those types.
So, like, all I know is I tweeted out as soon as we finished, like, I was excited for season 2, and I read a bunch of articles on the best way to you know, make sure that it got a second season was to tweet out and to watch it on Facebook or on Netflix. So at some point here, I'll probably rewatch it on Netflix, or at least set it to play and then let it run overnight.
I think you would only get like 4 hours, and then Netflix would ask, "Hey, are you still there? You still watching?"
That's when I'll wake up long enough to, like, hit the button. But even if it took me several nights to get through it, like I said, I just liked it. I would just watch it again.
Yeah. I got way too much stuff I'm watching right now. Have you tried out American Gods?
I have not, but I've heard good things about it.
It's on Netflix.
I don't. Is it on
It's-
Netflix?
it's-
I don't think so, right?
It's not.
It's
But
on Amazon stuff,
you
right?
could. It's Amazon Instant, sort of, because you gotta have stars, but you can just get like paid, like an extra $8 for the stars package
Right.
on top of Amazon Prime. I think it's like $8 if you have Amazon Prime.
Extra this bucks, extra this bucks.
But that's a really good show. But after watching the third episode, I think I'm gay now.
Well, I mean, just now, not before.
It's cemented in.
So Lessa also tells me, Puff Granny, that I would like Since 8. I'm kind of waiting
You know-
until it gets a couple more seasons.
Well, it's been around for years. There's only got 2 seasons, so you'll
Yeah,
be waiting
because
a while.
I'm
It's good. I've not watched the second season yet.
I've not watched.
Not because I didn't like it or anything. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah, I have not watched it specifically because I'm waiting for it to get a third or a fourth season under its belt.
It'll be a while.
It is.
Let's see about watching it.
I really like the idea of it. It's kind of. So it's the Wachowski siblings, and
Those are the Matrix guys, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, like I know the idea behind it. Like people are connected with each other, and they can like experience what the other people are experiencing. Like I kind of know the premise. Lessa was telling me about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds awesome. But every time I go to Netflix and I'm like, do I want to start this now? And the answer is always like, not now. You know what I mean? And again, I think it's just because I'd rather have something that's got a little bit more depth to it. Like, watch, like more than 12 episodes or whatever it is.
yeah. It's got depth. Especially, I mean, now that there's 2 seasons, there's quite a bit of content there now. It was preachy, I felt.
Well, I mean, it's a TV show, so on Netflix. So, I mean, TV show on Netflix is going to be preachy.
Don't watch 13 Reasons if you don't want preachy.
But like, I don't know. You gotta be able to take a certain amount of that.
Wow. NBC's preachy now.
Well, that's just it. All the networks are kind of that way.
Yeah.
I think that's, again, Ben and I kind of got on this subject because we were talking about Last Man Standing getting canceled.
Yeah.
And
Was
how-
that the one with Tim Allen?
that is the one with Tim Allen. And it is great. By far
That
the...
seemed like an okay show.
Oh, so good. It was... If I didn't already, like, love Suits, I would say it was easily in the top. Like, if I had not already had Suits as my number one show right now, I could easily see somebody saying that, or for me, that would be right up there. Like, it's definitely number 2 for currently on the air TV shows. Like, it is great.
That's what I recommend.
So, that's another one of those shows I can't recommend highly enough. And I feel like it got the axe purely for political reasons. Like Tim Allen went out there and said a bunch of stuff on television, like pro-Trump stuff, and I just don't think you can do that right now in Hollywood. Which was
Yeah,
exactly
maybe
his
not.
points. Puff Granny says, I just finished the second season and I am jonesing for more. The first season I think was probably the best season before they switched the oldest daughter. But the other seasons I think are very good. I don't think that the replacement oldest daughter is as good as the original, but after a couple of seasons she grows on you. They also switched The
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Oh, I like that. I don't know who the first one was, but I like that.
Yeah, the new boyfriend's way better than the first boyfriend. So like, they made some casting changes between season 1 and season 2 that lost a little, gained a little, but super good. Like, I'm ready for the Defenders. I'm actually considering
Oh, man, me
rewatching
too.
Iron Fist here pretty soon because I liked it. Apparently,
I did too. So, it wasn't my favorite Marvel show on Netflix, but I thought it was enjoyable still. I mean, I wish some things about it were better, but it wasn't the hot mess that everybody claimed it was.
well, and I don't know what people were expecting. Like,
I would have liked some better fight choreography for sure.
I thought the fight choreography was great. Like, there were some moments up there I thought it was.
They gave the guy that plays Danny Rand like, hey, you got 15 minutes for the next shot. Here's the routine.
Yeah.
He didn't have like any time to like get the stuff down.
I don't know. I thought that they did a pretty good job in general. I thought also a lot of people were poo-pooing on him in particular, but I thought he did a good job.
I thought his acting was okay. There's some spots where the writing I didn't care for.
Like, and again, I think part of the reason why I liked it so much was maybe that I had just a very, very loose idea about him. Like, I didn't know enough to, like, complain about things. But I knew enough to be like, oh yeah, this is the blah blah blah, you know what I mean? Where I don't think everyone else had that. So I can understand why people who had no experience with him maybe was like, with the character, but I mean, because I had just like the barest cursory knowledge, maybe it was enough for me. I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was good. Would watch again. Will watch again, probably relatively soon. I don't know. Does anybody watching have an opinion? Am I wrong? Like, feel free to throw it in the chat room. That's why it's here. I do read it. I do my best to keep an eye on both of them. Both the ones at youtube.com/SamusGrobo and here at twitch.tv/SamusGrobo. Bajong. Somebody has messaged me.
So, I guess we'll sleep on my broken bedding and then
I got some improvisations.
do you?
I think so. I think I got some ideas. Are you telling me you're ready for bed?
No.
And I need to go.
It's getting late.
It's fine. I got a couple ideas. We'll see if I can make something work. So yesterday I went to crawl in bed, and apparently I crawled in the wrong exact quarter inch of the bed.
Oh yeah, you're at a quarter inch that snake curious
Throw yourself into bed.
that you're supposed
Broke
to
it all
or
to
something
hell.
too.
I'm sorry. The wife was talking over the top of you, Ben. What was that?
Oh, never
We've been
mind.
finding
Hi,
out.
Tanya.
Hi.
But basically I put one knee on the foot of the bed and went to
Fire!
lay down into the bed, and
Throw yourself on the bed.
she says I threw myself on the bed, but I did not throw myself on the bed.
Pretty much.
I gently fell in a very controlled manner.
Whatever. As if. Broke our bed.
So the bed frame.
She doesn't sound convinced.
No, she's looking for a scapegoat.
Hey! You collapsed onto the bed and it broke. Clearly your fault.
Crux of the matter is, apparently she's been wearing down that side of the bed for years,
It was in the middle.
and I was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
I think you guys are trying to fib a lot here because it's usually a point of pride when a couple breaks a bet.
Well,
Well, I'm telling the truth. He's trying to fib his way out of
I'm
it.
trying to fit my way out of it. Oh boy.
We know what's really going on. It's okay. You're trying for number 2.
No. No. We're very close to freedom. Don't curse us. Freedom! I can't wait. I can't wait.
I don't know where this freedom is, you think? That kid needs a lot of help still.
Nope. He's gonna sink or swim. The only way he's gonna learn. It's sad but true. Ben did it. I did it. Cabral kinda, sort of, almost did it.
Did not. You were with me.
Eventually. After I was sinking.
How did I see these things?
Wish they were with my mother.
Oh, it's a good job as a live-in nanny.
Or SpongeBob got fat.
Watch SpongeBob and got fat.
Well, I guess I'm done because I can't get this to do anything. I can't catch anything. I can't spin anything. So I can't do Jam can't do anything. It just won't grasp where I'm at.
Ooh, we got some shenanigans here.
Yeah, too. I just got this Geodude. Oh my god, is it finally working? This is what I was about to give up.
Oh boy. I don't know what else we need to discuss, kids. Taking off Puff Granny. Hopefully we'll see you very soon. Factorio tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I've been doing this Death World for a couple of days now. And according to people allegedly in the know, I should be dead already. So I feel like I'm doing okay. But thanks for the hang, Puff Granny. We will see you hopefully very soon. DDO on Thursday or on Wednesday. DDO on Wednesday.
Don't work too hard.
Ben never wants anyone to work hard. I want you guys to work super hard.
No, I just don't want to work too hard. You don't have to be Stockholmish.
Stupid. Win me the space race again. That's what I say.
Ah, damn it. Arr.
Get my fat ass back on the moon. So I was listening to something.
Don't be this guy. Alexei Stakhanov.
What did he do? Work too hard and he died?
Well, he worked 3 times harder than a regular man during the communist regime of the USSR, and he ended up becoming the poster boy. But really, he was just trying to feed his freaking family.
Hard to do.
He shouldn't have worked very hard at all. He probably would have been fine.
That's your motto.
That's right. Hardly working. Waiting for my Obama paycheck.
I wish you'd get it.
You're waiting a long time. I mean, the first criteria, you have to vote for the guy.
Oh, I didn't realize he was selling those things. No. Ooch. Ow. Those are my insides knives. My insides are supposed to stay in there, not your stabbities. Alright.
How does this work if I hit exclamation point and type a quote?
That's it. Now, Samius bot only has, I think, like 60-ish. But, I'm taking suggestions for more. So if you have some suggestions, you can send them to me.
I know this has been here tonight.
I mean, you can, but it's probably going to be not a very restful night's sleep.
I've got lots of suggestions.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to make them very specific. I know that was a Rommel joke though, I'm assuming. Ben does love Rommel.
Actually, very nice.
Alright, the internet is acting squirrely again. Also need to get Remington an SAT prep booklet, although I'm not sure how good it's going to do.
ACT.
Or ACT, sorry. Not sure how much good it's going to do before he goes to the Spain trip. Like, maybe it'll give him something to read in his spare time.
I didn't do the SAT, I only did the ACT.
That's the one that I meant, ACT. He did okay for his first time. I'd like to see him get that alleged 5-point increase.
I should have taken it a second time.
Well, they say people average somewhere between 3 and 5 points on your second time. Just because the first time you don't know what to expect, and the second time you do a better job of like timing your questions and stuff.
I feel like I'm pretty good at that, or at least was, so I didn't really bother taking it a second time.
Remember what your score was?
26?
You wanna know a secret?
What's your secret?
So, I'm in med school right now, and my ACT is 25. But I've also taken the ACT almost 9 years after having left high school with like no additional education.
If I took it now, I would be lucky to get into the 20s, honestly. Like, there's so much math I've forgotten. It's...
Just Sokotoa. Come on, man.
What?
Sokotoa.
I don't appreciate you calling me names.
Sine, opposite hypotenuse.
Oh, okay.
Cosine is adjacent and hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. Sokotoa.
Alright.
Yeah, I'd probably need like a short refresher. But I feel like I'd do okay in the math. I'd bomb the language.
So much math and science. It's all gone.
No, I think I'd be okay in math and science again. It's the English that would kill me.
English was okay. I hate like writing and all that stuff. English was my highest score.
I mean, I just assume that they'll.
Yeah, we used all that stuff. You did good in English. You didn't do very good in reading.
I assume that they would judge me on my like. Oh, all these words aren't spelled right.
Well, it's multiple choice, though.
Well, like those parts are fine, but they have essay sections.
I don't think so.
whenever
My-
I fucking feel like it.
I'm
should
a
always
Oxford. I am an Oxford comma proponent.
Always, always, always.
That's an Oxford comment.
Huh.
It's where you put your comma in. Basically, it seems like all the time. Like I said, there's
My favorite example
Yeah.
is
comma and.
Where it belongs.
My favorite example is the strippers. Joseph Stalin and JFK went to the park. Without that Oxford comma, it looks like Joseph Stalin and JFK are said strippers. With the Oxford comma, they go to the park with the strippers.
Okay. Yeah, I once wrote a paper, and I wasn't sure about my commas, and the note on the teacher was, "Wow, somehow you have 66 unnecessary commas," and I'm like, "Yes, did it." But I was like, "But I didn't miss any, did I?" To which she replied, "No, I don't think so."
How would they know 66?
She counted. She counted every time there was an extra comma. She'd circled them.
Why?
I don't know.
It's her job to grade your.
I don't know. She was one of the teachers that was like, she thought I'd make an excellent. Not writer, but she thought I was an excellent storyteller and that I had a good voice. Like my writing voice is a lot like how I tell a story. And she thought that was really great and very entertaining. However, she also suggested I get an editor.
Yes.
She's like, "You're a very entertaining writer. I really enjoy your voice and your tone and how you mix your metaphors so things are entertaining and blah 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 blah.
Oh my God, I
But
didn't remember.
you really need an editor." Like, okay.
I don't remember anything you guys told me in high school.
Well, this was one of my college professors.
No, that wasn't that one.
Now, my poor brother, apparently he failed English more times than I have fingers and toes.
That's probably true. It is his third language, after all.
Ramian's failed English now.
First language being C++ and the second language being COBOL.
It's fine in English.
Actually, I don't think he ever knows anything about COBOL. I think he's a Visual Basic snob. Well, it looks like people are starting to drop off here. It's getting a little late for a weeknight, so I will probably finish up this quest, which is actually quite a ways away. It may not actually be doable here. I'll have to see if I can heal my way through the traps. In this room. Oops.
Take some advice from Admiral Akbar.
It's a trap! Oh, God. Wait, wrong admiral. So, here's a quick question. I am not the world's biggest Star Wars fan. However, I have a friend who, like, not worships at the altar of George Lucas in these films, but loves the original trilogy. I personally feel like the only one that's any good is of the original trilogy is the second one. Am I wrong? Like, way wrong? Specifically Bantha. I feel like Bantha and I share taste when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Say that again.
The original Star Wars trilogy Like, are all of them great? Is just the second one great? Like, am I wrong to...
Picks up and the other leaves off, so I mean, I think Villager's pretty good. The second one, I think it starts on Hoth, Ice Planet.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then
they're all
does it?
good.
Let's
I mean-
see, where does it end?
The second one?
Yeah.
When the guy be
the-
dipped in carbonite?
The one... Yes, Hans is dipped in carbonite. Hans has lost his hand in the...
Luke lost his
in this
hand.
Sky City.
They were giving him a new hand.
And, they...
I only know that because I watched it.
Leia comes and rescues him in the Falcon.
I didn't watch.
Okay, yeah, if that's where it ends, yeah.
Said I like the second one.
That's
The
pretty
first
good.
one is kind of fine. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 6. Or I give the second one like a 9. And then the third one I probably give like maybe a 7. For like all the parts that are not Ewok parts.
Yeah.
Watch the Ewok's monkey dance? Oh man.
Like I'm pretty low on Ewoks.
I kind
Wait.
of want to see some development and see some more of the Wookiees.
These angry grizzly bears with sharpened sticks can take down the Imperial stormtroopers.
No, I didn't see what I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, when that Zen guy was like beating up stormtroopers with a stick, it's like, why are these guys even wearing armor?
Yeah, the Rogue One I thought was okay. Like it was probably better than the other movie.
That one was pretty good.
But even there's a lot of bits in it that I thought didn't make any sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a Star Trek kid, not a Star Wars kid. You know me wrong. I enjoy them all well enough, but
Just movies.
that's just it. You and I think of them as movies, but
Well, we're
Yeah, some people worship it, kind of like
we're
Halo.
alive when the movies
Halo
came out.
worshippers,
So,
too.
well, the first one anyway. So, or the second one even. I don't know. Didn't like one of them. So I mean, you know, they're just movie stuff.
I don't know. I said, and I do really like the new. Like I like the new trilogy. I think better than
Big stuff.
a lot of the first one.
New trilogy's good.
I mean, as long as they cut out Jar Jar Binks.
I even like Jar Jar Binks for the role that he's there for
Couldn't stand him.
as Sith Master. Jar Jar Binks is clearly a Sith Lord. They are to infiltrate and screw with the heroes.
I don't like that fan theory.
I think that it makes the most sense.
You know, fan theory I do like, though, is that Chewbacca knew Yoda, and he was secretly, like, pushing Han toward helping out with stuff. Because Yoda was friends with the Wookiees. He was hanging out in
Yes.
Kashyyyk. And in one of the...
And then the Clone Wars, they talk
I
about
forget
it.
which one. He, you can see the Millennium Falcon, like flying into the Senate area.
Alright. Woo! That's a mini ouchies right there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wow, we did it. We're not gonna get this chest, but that's fine. Making a reasonable time through this quest now. Yeah, I mean, it seems fine. It seems logical. Plus, they talk... Isn't Chewbacca in the Clone Wars? With, on the episode where Yoda goes to the Clone Wars and helps defend the Wookiee planet?
think they came out and said Chewbacca was one of them, did they? Or maybe they did.
I feel like they did.
Maybe they did. I don't know. Prequel stuff, I don't remember very well.
I mean, the Clone Wars stuff is amazing.
Oh my god, how do I get rid of this thing?
Like, the Clone Wars is probably the best part of that whole thing. I don't know. I purchased the new movie, not the Rogue One, the other one.
New Hope?
The New Hope, and I'm hoping to rewatch it now that it's kind of like cleared my anger of the original watching of it, and hopefully it'll
Oh, your fan is broken.
be good. I just feel like so much of that is bad.
Did you turn it off or did it die?
It died. It only lasts for like 3 hours. And it's been going a little longer than that.
I
So.
got one for me upstairs. I haven't had to charge it yet, but I used it down here, or right downstairs yesterday when I was hot. I haven't had to use it upstairs yet. It's been cooler.
I really like it. These fans are good.
Remy pulls it out of the bag when I bought it. Dude, it's just like bullshit. Like, I don't know what you need a little desk fan for.
Oh, did we get the can? Okay, we got the candle. Oh no, I've been rewatching Star Trek bits and pieces of Star Trek Voyager. That's a good show.
Never did that one.
Oh, I like it. So, like, basically now I'm watching any episode that's a Doctor episode, a Janeway show, a Torres show, or a Tom show. I'm not in love with Kim, and I'm not in love with Chakotay.
I didn't ever get much into Star Trek.
I really like Enterprise, and I really like Voyager, but I also have an appreciation for Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I liked it, but to try to go back and watch it now.
For
it's
Gas Station 9?
so old.
Sure.
That was a good one, like with Odo.
I felt like it did a lot of stuff. I guess part of the reason it's on my mind is because, and I actually need to have a talk with the wife about this, is that the new Star Trek show, Discovery, has started to come out with some stuff, and apparently it is looking really, really good.
When is it supposed to? I can't even remember.
Like September.
Oh, about the time that we could probably be canceling.
Is it not that one? It's this one. Okay.
Alright, I got to go to bed soon, so if we're doing something.
Alright. Well, I guess we're not going to get this quest finished because I got to take care of some stuff for the wife. Let me get to get to the safety spots. But we'll have to wrap this one up off camera. Like we inferred earlier, I have to go fix the bed. I had some 2x4s that I was gonna basically just the bottom support near the foot of the bed bent some. So I just got to go bend it back and put some extra support there. Shouldn't be that big of a deal.
I should probably get off and talk to the people I'm playing Overwatch with a little bit, I suppose, too.
Why?
Nah.
That sounds crazy.
Have you ever talked to anybody on the internet? They suck.
This is a guy I work with, actually.
Oh, definitely don't talk to him. See him enough at work already.
Be like, hey, you ever heard about this streamer, Samius? It's pretty good.
Yeah, you should. I don't think he watches streams.
I mean, certainly not, not whatever that game is stream. Because I don't play Overwatch. I can't. I'd like to, but
it's good fun. Don't get, as long as you don't get like too serious and stuck into solo queue. Like if you want to like try to really try hard to rank up and just don't play a lot of solo queue. If you don't mind losing here and there and stick and not really progressing, then by all means play lots of solo queue. I had to take a break and come back to it with a different attitude.
No, my problem is that first-person games really trigger my head. So I got to be really careful on those kind of things, whether or not I can stand them or not. Like if it was in third person, it'd probably be a lot different story, but as it is a first-person game, motion sickness kicks in really easily and stuff like that. So, and like screen refreshments and refresh rates and stuff like that, they all affect me real bad. Like I tried real hard to play the Lego MMO when it first came out because I love Legos and I think that game would be a lot of fun. But same thing, kind of made me sick to play it for more than 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Overwatch I could play 2 matches and I had to be done. Speaking of done, this is where I'm going to have to call it for the night. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, everyone. I appreciate it. And we'll be back tomorrow with more stream action. I think we'll probably be playing Factorio in the morning. And I don't know. I'm really loving this Death World campaign we're playing. But I kind of want to also start something that's not stressful. So I might also start another one on the side as well. And like some days I'll do the non-stressful one, and some days I'll do Death World one, and go back and forth a little bit. So anyway, thanks for the hangs, Ben, Bantha. Thanks for swinging by. Tobrel, I know you're gone, but thank you very much for hanging earlier. And everyone, we will hopefully see you tomorrow. Peace.
Bye, everybody.